At this point, you might be scrolling through Islanders Twitter and seeing the name Valtteri Pulli come up. And you might be going, who the heck is that guy? Well, here's what you need to know. Hit that subscribe button. Do not miss a video. Also, go to Twitter. Follow @TLOMitch. That's me. Don't miss any breaking information about Islanders prospects I've yet to cover on the channel. Now, you might be logging into Isles Twitter for the first time today and seeing the name Valtteri Pulli come up and seeing the Islanders linked to the player. And you're going, who is this guy? The last Valtteri I remember was Filppula. Is that the same guy? And it is very much not. But here's what you need to know about Valtteri Pulli. He's a 21-year-old Finnish defenseman playing for TPS. Now, here's his basic information here on Elite Prospect. He's 21, will turn 22 on March 13th. He's a defenseman, left-handed, 6'6", 209 pounds. He's a big, I wouldn't say kid because he's 20, soon to be 22, but he's a big young lad, if you will. And now, why are we talking about him? Well, the Islanders have been linked to bringing him over to North America. Jeff Merrick linked the Islanders and at least another 7 teams to Valtteri Pulli, who will become a free agent at the end of the year. Now, it's possible that the undrafted player could re-up with TPS to stay there for maybe another year, just because this is his first year at the league level. He might want to get another year under his belt before he travels over to North America, but I would suspect if he's getting this much interest, he's going to make the jump over ASAP. And the Islanders, again, this is why we're talking about him, have been linked to him, which shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. The Islanders in the offseason acquired, or I shouldn't say acquired, but brought in a guy whose specialty is bringing in European free agents. And the fact that the Islanders are linked to him is a direct result of that hire. Now, what type of player is Valtteri Pulli? You're probably seeing 6'6", 209. He's one of those like Scott Mayfield, like just going around breaking people. Just epic stay-at-home defenseman. Not so much. Yes, he's got that meanness that a guy like Matias Rajanemi doesn't have naturally, of course. But this guy's a hell of a good skater. Here's a play here you can see him make. And you can see just how good of a skater he is. He's not Nick Leddy, but for a guy who's 6'6", he shouldn't be that good of a skater. But he is, which is a translatable skill. You can bring that skating ability over to the North American leagues and grow from there. He's already got an excellent skating foundation that can just be improved upon with the resources that we've got over here. And then you add the 6'6" bruiser type of player that he can be, and you've got a pretty decent potential here. There's a potential for this guy to become an NHLer. Now, the fact that he's being linked here is not to say he will be an NHLer tomorrow. It's that there is interest from NHL squads who see a potential in this player to maybe at some point be an NHLer. Now, look, I brought Matias Rajanemi up before, and I want to bring him back into the conversation because I want to make that comparison between Matias Rajanemi and Valtteri Pulli, who are not one-for-one the same player, but we're talking about big, left-handed, Finnish, young defensemen. And so I wanted to bring this up here to show you the difference. And you can see the 4-year comparison between Matias Rajanemi, that's at top here, and then Valtteri Pulli down there. And you can see, the last 4 years for each player, the number of games they played, the number of points they've put up, and their NHLE over those 4 years. And you can see while Matias has better growth rates in the first 2 years of that 4-year period, Valtteri Pulli has a better growth rate now, which means he's growing more now. Not physically, obviously. I don't know if that's possible at 6'6", but he's growing and having a more impactful role at the league level now than he was prior. The fact that he put an extra 8.5 NHLE this year is absolutely mouthwatering. And again, it's not to say this guy can step in tomorrow and become an NHLer. It's to say that there's a potential pro at the North American here, because he's definitely already a pro in Europe. Can that be a pro in North America at the highest level? Maybe. There's some interesting skill sets there. Again, incredible size, really good skating ability. Now, can we put that together and develop an NHL out of that? There's a lot of potential there, which is why you're seeing 7 teams, including the Islanders, really in on this kid. And so that's why we're talking about him, and this is who he is. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. If you haven't subscribed yet, that button needs to be hit. And if you have already, thank you, thank you, thank you.